Here we are at the Richmond Raceway in the Commonwealth of Virginia for the running of the Target 400, some short track racing under the lights in the Gatorade Cup Series. It should be a wild one here tonight. Josh Crash in the 4-3 has the pole for tonight's race. 2's outside the A7 of Diego Yepez. Then in third we have Max Harrison. Fourth is Jeff Bright. Running our top 5, we have Carter Friesen. In 6th is Anthony Hernandez. 7th is Jacob Davidson. Griffin Lynn in 8th. 9th place is points leader Pena Salada. And Levi Shomes rounds out our top 10. The rest of the field, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. with Oliver Galloway. Then there's Sebastian Kukulon and Derek Hamill. Behind them, Danny Lloyd with Justin Lightning. Then we have Dale Lightning and Trip McGinnis. Then behind them, Tim Gary and Landon Lyons. Mathis Wells with Jay Jefferson. Then Roberto Rivera and Greg Torres. Then Luigi beside him, Keegan Thompson. Then we have TJ Henley and Steve Larker. And Nathan Stapleton with Adam McDowell. And there's Patrick Smith and Joe Jefferson. Anton Charlebois and second in points, Stephen Taylor. Then Ryan Taylor and Eli Bright. Luke Rainey with Jonathan Buford, Jake Galloway and Lawrence Palmpon. And in the final, we're riding off the field, Alexander on the 33. 2's outside, starting in the 42nd position, the number 9 of Charles Robert. There's our 42-car field for the Target 400 here at Richmond. Let's get started with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And our 42-car field firing up their engines, getting them cranked up as we go short track racing here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Our 42-car field rolling off the starting grid. Josh Crash, Diego Yepez on the front row for the Target 400 here in the Gatorade Cup Series. The pace car at the left-hand turn into pit road. 3/4 mile oval, 60 laps around this racetrack. Short track racing in the Gatorade Cup Series will be green as they come down the front stretch. Josh Crash steps on the gas, and we're racing here at Richmond. The field makes their way off forward to lead lap 1. It's Josh Crash in the 4-3 front of the pole. Max Harrison gets the second. Here comes Carter Friesen in the 38 down low. That's the battle for the second position. Now Josh Crash goes up the track. Friesen down the bottom lane, gets a great run down the backstretch, and will easily clear Josh Crash before they get to turn 3. The 38 Carter Friesen, a great 1 and 2. But now 3-4 goes to Josh Crash. Back to the bottom lane, a crossover for Crash. He'll lead the second lap by about half a car length over. Friesen gets stuck to the outside as Max Harrison moves back to the bottom lane for a second. Now for the lead goes the 98 cars that come off the corner. Max Anderson out front now here at Richmond. Jacob Davidson through to second. The 99 cars. Anderson slides up there. Davidson now to second. Now battling for a second as Pena Salada in the 77 down low coming for a spot. That is our points leader right now, running inside the top 3 for the second position. Salada wants to extend that points leader over Stephen Taylor, who started towards the back of this field. Now Salada to the inside of our race leader Max Harrison as they approach turn 3. Now to the bottom lane goes Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 3 wide. Contact around goal, race leaders. Fitzwater and already the outside wall. And the field stacking up. There's Josh Crash Hernandez. Cars coming in. They aren't stopping. And a ton of cars, big crash, big contact, and a ton of cars with tons of damage as Pena Salada, our points leader, leads us back to the caution flag. But our race leaders involved, and so many cars with damage. The yellow flag is out early. And look at all the damaged cars involved, in a lot of them running towards the front of the field. Josh Crash, there's Fitzwater was running inside the top 3, leading once he got spun around to the outside wall. So the yellow flag comes out, leading us back as Pena Salada. Some cars do hit the pits, including the 77. Justin Lightning will stay out to be our race leader. But we'll see who comes up pit lane in first and see where they do come off the pit lane. Yeah, it should just be fuel only for these drivers. They've only been 5 laps onto the racetrack. Tires aren't going to be that worn. And there it is, fuel only for the 77 car. And away Pena Salada will go. A lot of fuel getting put into that number 77. I think they might be held up, though, because some cars come to the outside. Leading us off the pit lane is Jacob Davidson, as the rest of the field up stays out on the racetrack. It'll be Justin Lightning leading us to the green flag, but we'll see who brought the caution flag. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. for a spin in the middle of the field. Heavy contact on that number 47. Here is the reason for the caution flag. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. looking 3 wide in the 47 car. Salada in the middle lane, the 77 gets a little tight, slides up into the 98 Max Harrison, then spins down into Fitzwater, gets up into Max Harrison. They both go around. Hard contact for Max Harrison to the outside wall. Crash trying to avoid. There's Hernandez trying to avoid it. He gets around. Right there with the 6, there's the 43, the 87 going spinning. Stephen Taylor, then Luke Rainey, Danny Lloyd, Lawrence Palmpon, Stapleton, Charlebois. There's McDowell through the grass getting through. TJ Hanley may have gotten some damage in that. But a lot of cars involved. And the big one, early on here at Richmond off turn number 4, our race leaders involved big time. Friesen and Jeff Bright did a great job getting it slowed down the outside lane, but carnage on the outside and in the middle lanes. Going to take a lot of cars out of this race, or at least get a lot of them damaged and slower. So Justin Lightning got back to the line fourth, so a lot of Les back. However, with some pit strategy, some come down pit road, some stay out. The 71 stays out on the racetrack to lead us to the green flag, which is going to come around lap number 9. Restart lap number 10. Justin Lightning in the 71 leading this race. The cars out from that crash: Alexander Rowe, Jake Galloway, Jonathan Buford, along with Max Anderson. 38 cars still left on the lead lap and in the race. As our first car off the pit lane was the 99 Jacob Davidson. He'll be scored 11th on the restart. The front 10 stayed out. Justin Lightning leading, Jay Jefferson, Ryan Taylor, Jeff Bright, TJ Henley, Steven Taylor, Diego Yepes, Nathan Stapleton, Trip McGinnis, and Joe Jefferson stay on the racetrack. 11th on back, Jacob Davidson on back, came down the pit lane under the yellow flag. So we're back racing. Green flag back out for Justin Lightning and Jay Jefferson in second. Buries it at turn 1. He's the latest Gatorade Cup Series winner here at Richmond. He's showing wide. To the bottom lane he'll go, and he'll grab the race away down the backstretch. So with some pit strategy, the 78 car now out front, slides up the racetrack. Ryan Taylor coming through on the bottom lane. Jeff Bright in the 5 has been so successful here at Richmond in both the Gatorade Cup Series and the Target Series. Here he's inside the top 3 with some pit strategy. And 50 laps to go. There's still a ton of time left for something to happen. Jeff Bright to the inside down the backstretch. See the field. Oh, there go under the inside wall. Tim Gary, a hard hit down the backstretch. And the yellow flag will come out for the second time here tonight. Jeff Bright, our race leader, at the yellow flag. And Tim Gary knocks the inside wall down. His night will definitely be done. But some cars do come down the pit lane. They're probably going to be trapped one lap down. Nathan Stapleton, Steven Taylor, second and point, come down. They have to get out quickly before the pace car. As some are going to be coming down the pit lane this time. The 20 going to leave. The 29 Nathan Stapleton, so they will stay on the lead lap unless they already gotten a lap down. No, they're going to stay on the lead lap. That's a great save there, as some of the field was slow to come to the pit lane. So the ones that didn't come down the pit lane, they'll be coming down this time. Jeff Bright leading them. The ones that stayed out, like Jacob Davidson, the 99, he should be our race leader now. Looks like there's a car in front of him. Landon Lyons guy have him on that cycle. So Lyons will be our race leader once we get back green. Jeff Bright, the first car to enter the pits. There's into his pit stone. We'll see if it's some tires on that car, or if they just put fuel. Once again, it looks like it's just fuel only for these drivers that came down the pit lane. And off in front, it's going to be Ryan Taylor and Jay Jefferson side by side. So they'll be the first two off the pit lane that have some more fuel than the drivers in front of them. So we'll see what happened. Tim Gary, done for the night already. He takes a hard contact into the inside wall down the backstretch. Here's the reason for caution number 2 here just on the restart. As they go through 1 and 2, you can see Oliver Guy in the A3 getting a great run up top goes Josh Crash. Right here, Tim Gary off the corner, a little bit sideways, but not enough room for 3 right there. Contact made, and Gary goes hard. You can see that impact that he takes, and he goes up and over after making contact. So a big crash, a big hit down the backstretch for Tim Gary. And that's going to take him out of this race, but a flip here down the backstretch after a hard contact with the inside wall for Tim Gary. And I think Oliver Guy would just slip a little bit. There's not really going to be room, and just the angle that Gary hit that wall flipped him over. That is a hard hit for Tim Gary. So that brings out the caution flag. Jeff Bright led us back to the yellow. However, some more pit strategy. The drivers that stayed out came down the pit lane. The drivers that came down the pit lane stayed out. Landon Lyons will be our race leader once we get back to green. Our second restart of the night will come in lap number 17. We'll see if we get some green flag laps in. Tim Gary, the only car out from that crash. 37 cars on the lead lap. Landon Lyons leads us on the 31. Jacob Davidson is second. Dale Lightning, Keegan Thompson, and Sebastian Kukulon round out the top 5. Our first car off the pit lane was Jay Jefferson, the 78. He scored 23rd, so 23rd on back came down the pit lane. They have some more fuel in their cars than the drivers in front. They could go a little bit longer in case we have a long green flag run here towards the middle part of this race. So down the front stretch to the restart zone for Landon Lyons and the drivers behind. They step on the gas, and we're back racing here at Richmond. Great restart there for the driver in second. That's Jacob Davidson. The approach to turn one is already looking to the inside of Landon Lyons. They come off 2 down the backstretch. Side by side, Davidson to the bottom of Lyons as they go into turn 3. Through 3 and 4, line up is the 31. Here comes Keegan Thompson taking advantage. He'll get to third and going for a second now. So as Davidson leads, his teammate Keegan Thompson is through to third. Roush Fenway, 2 cars inside the top 3 as Landon Lyons looks back for the lead on Jacob Davidson. Down the backstretch, he clears. Now Keegan Thompson a huge run. He'll get clear into turn 3. Davidson a horrible turn 2. Had to lift and gave up a ton of time. Now to the back bumper of that 99 is the one of Dale Lightning. But that allows Davidson to get clear as they battle side by side. Thompson to turn 1 with the advantage, and he'll clear. Now his teammate Jacob Davidson through to second. Roush Fenway 1-2 here at Richmond. You can see how the field's kind of spread out. That is because of some of the damaged cars that restarted in the middle of the field. We had 2 quick yellows there that came out, so we didn't really get a chance for the damaged cars to fall to the back of the field. Sebastian Kukulan with Greg Torres. They finished 1-2 at Atlanta. They're right now 2nd and 3rd here at Richmond. And they're chasing Keegan Thompson. There was a car down the pit lane. It was the 7 of Griffin Lynn, so he'll be coming off the pit lane. He's probably falling a lap down. 40 laps to go here at Richmond. Side by side for the top spot. Keegan Thompson up top. Sebastian Kukulan down low is going to take it as they approach turn 1. Greg Torres going for 2nd with Jacob Davidson there in the 9-9. How about the damage number 2 of Luke Rain? You can see the damage on the front end of that machine. The hood buckled up a little bit. He's going, though, for a top 5 spot. That number 2 car still has some pretty good pace in it, even with the damage. How about Carter Friesen here? Runner-up to the championship last season. He's right now in the 6th position as the yellow flag is back up for the 3rd time. And it's Cole Luigi with a hard hit. Hard damage, and his night will be done. Race back to the yellow flag. Greg Torres trying to lead them back around. The field checking up. Sideways for Landon Lyons. Torres leads us back with Davidson in 2nd. Not even halfway through the race in the 3rd yellow flag of the night. And Cole Luigi's hard damage. Griffin Lynn as well. Roberto Rivera has damage. So those drivers could possibly be done for the night. Hard contact there. We'll see if some drivers decide to come down the pit lane. If some decide to stay out. Looks like Greg Torres will be coming down. Davidson stays out. Kukulan will come down. Keegan Thompson coming down the pit lane. Mixed strategy once again here at Richmond. Some come down, some stay out. Torres, I think, leads a train of only 3 cars down the pit lane. And I think it's Torres, Kukulan, and Keegan Thompson, the ones that come down pit road to get some fuel. No tires on those cars quite yet, just fuel. They'll leave, so it'll be Greg Torres out of the pits in front, and that's going to hand the lead over to Jacob Davidson. So we'll see what happened to Cole Luigi out caution number 3 here in the Target 400. Here's a brow caution number 3. Cole Luigi making his way through the field, getting by Roberto Rivera right here, but slides up the racetrack and up. And I think Rivera kind of turned down there into Cole Luigi. I thought the 42 at first came up, but it looks like the 12 kind of slid down there into the 42. McGibbs goes for a slide in the 19 car. And then that was really it. Joe Jefferson got some damage right there. Hernandez comes in the 48, but I think he gets a stop. There's Yepez in a 4-wheel slide. Hernandez does get slowed down right here. I think Griffin Lynn, though, gets a hard hit in this. Oh, he runs right, into Anton Charlebois. And contact there at the 7, that's the slightest of contact. Gonna put Griffin Lynn out of this race. But yeah, kind of weird there. Rivera kind of just turned down to Luigi. I thought at first the 42 kind of slid up. But looking at it again, the 12 just kind of came down, wiped out the 42. The 19 spun around. And the cars coming in, sliding through. Yepez, and then right here, Griffin Lynn. Anton Charlebois up ahead, I think, spun around. And Lynn could not avoid the 0-0. And that's going to end the 7's tough night here at Richmond. So as more pit strategy occurs, Jacob Davidson, the 9-9, stays out on the racetrack to be our race leader here in the Target 400 at Richmond. Another restart here at Richmond will be lap number 28 for Jacob Davidson, the number 9-9 team. Out from that crash is Griffin Lynn, Cole Luigi, and Roberto Rivera. Anton Charlebois following 2 laps down the 0-0. Anthony Hernandez 1 lap down the 48 car. We have 32 cars on the lead lap here in the Target 400. Our first car off the pit lane was the number 10 of Greg Torres. He'll restart in the 29th position, the 6th and 30th, and the 21 and 31st. They were the only 3 to come down the pit lane under the last yellow flag. Davidson, Friesen, Luke Rainey, Landlines, and Dale Lightning are our front 5. As we are back racing here at Richmond, Jacob Davidson steps on the gas and gets away from Carter Friesen. Luke Rain second there in the 2. Here comes Friesen to the bomb lane for the lead. Side by side off the corner down the backstretch. Friesen pulls ahead. Going to clear the number 99 Davidson to turn 3. Now Luke Rainey battling for the lead. A damaged number 2 car. Not slowing him down. Rainey and the 2 side by side to turn 1. And the yellow is back out. And it's Yepez going around for our 4th yellow flag of the night. Luke Rainey gets up front. He's racing back to the caution flag with Landlines and Dale Lightning to come back to the yellow in front just before halfway. 31 to go. Luke Rainey back in front of the 2 car. 4th caution of the day at halfway. It's been a very destructive Richmond race, and this one once again happened towards the back of the field. Yepez goes for a spin, and his night gets even worse here at Richmond. So we'll see if some drivers decide to come down the pit lane, if some decide to stay out. Luke going to get his position back from Landon Lyons right there. I believe, looking at it, they're going to stay out on the racetrack. So we'll see what happens to Diego Yepez to bring out caution number 4 here at Richmond. Racing through 3 and 4, 3 wide, Yepez up top in the A7. Right there, just kind of squeezed together. Stapleton up into the A7. Yepez spins him down into Kukulon. The A7 goes for a spin right there. Fitzwater avoids. Charles avoids. Barely gets some side damage. Yepez luckily keeps it out of the wall. And we'll keep it going here at Richmond. So just a couple of spins there for Diego Yepez. Bring out the caution flag for the 4th time here tonight. Towards the back of the field. The A7 dumped by the 29 of Nathan Stapleton. The yellow comes out. Luke Rainey leads us back to the caution flag. They all stay on the racetrack. It's going to be Luke, that injured number 2 car, doing a great job out front here at Richmond. Green flag this time by for 26 laps to go. Still 34 cars on the racetrack and 32 on the lead lap. Luke Rainey, however, is now our new first place man. Landon Lyons is 2nd. Dale Lightning is 3rd. Carter Friesen and Jacob Davidson round out the top 5. How about Charles Roberts? 42nd. Here he's up to 6th. Josh Crash 7th. Oliver Galloway 8th. Jay Jefferson 9th. And Eli Bright has found his way up inside the top 10. And how about this? Right now, 6th and 7th on the restart. Complete opposites. Charles Roberts started 42nd. Josh Crash started 1st. They're both inside the top 10. We're back racing. Luke Ray steps on the gas and he's back going here at Richmond. I just wonder if that damage is, if it's going to play an impact or not. Obviously, it's going to go high here, 3-1-2. We see that so many times with the race leaders. And then in lines to the bottom lane, the 31 for this lead down the backstretch. Landon Lyons going to clear through 3 and 4. Dale Lightning coming through about Carter Friesen. 3 wide there for 2nd. Close, almost contact. Friesen with the inside preferred lane. Lightning backs out to make a double file. Friesen to turn 1. Buries it to the bottom lane. Lyons went up high. And now Friesen down the backstretch going to clear. 38 car back out front. Through 3 and 4, he slides up. How about this? Back here, the 1, the 2, and a fight with the 31 for 2nd as Friesen pulls away. Lightning going to take 2nd. Luke Rainey for 3rd as Lyons slips back to 4th. Now for the lead. Dale Lightning off the corner, side by side with Carter Friesen, and Luke Rainey come through in the 2 car in the bottom lane. Through 3 and 4, hard racing at the front. Lightning in the 1 slides up. The 2 of Luke Rainey to the bottom lane now. The 1 and 2 running 1-2. As Friesen tries to keep 3rd, but Davidson shuts the door in the bottom lane. He's going to take 2nd away in the 99. Charles Robert from 42nd up inside the top 5. He's going for 3rd. That 9 car is fast from 42nd to 3rd. How about Carter Friesen top to bottom, slicing in between the 1 and 31. He gets to 4th, now going for 3rd to turn 1. Carter Friesen, a fast car here as the run's starting to get a little bit longer here. Down the back stretch, Friesen riding the bumper of Davidson, looking to the inside, turn 3. He's going to get that position down low. He's going to take 2nd in a big run off of 4 to get to the inside of Luke Rainey for the race lead. To turn 1, Friesen has it in the 38. Davidson, now Lyons 3 wide for 2nd down the backstretch. Almost contact between the 99 and the 31. They're rubbing. Contact for 2nd. Lyons and Davidson making contact. Lyons going to get 2nd from that. Davidson back to 3rd. Now Lightning in the 1 for 3rd. How about Levi Schoen's inside the top 5 of the 17 car? It's not been his season, but can it win? Turn it around at Richmond. Lyons, 20 to go now, 19 this time by. Gonna grab the lead from Carter Friesen. Lightning going for 2nd. How about Levi Schoen's in 4th? Could be inside the top 3 next lap. To turn 1, Lyons in the 31. Up the racetrack he goes. Dale Lightning holds the bottom lane. He'll take the race lead down the backstretch, so 1 car back out front. Lyons gets in line. He's looking for a crossover through 3 and 4. They have wrecked off of 4. The yellow flag is back out. 5th caution flag with 18 to go. Dale Lightning leads us back, and it may have been Pound Pond, the 24, one of them involved. So the yellow flag back up for the 5th time here tonight. It'll result in a late race restart. We'll see what happens around the caution flag once again. Here's the reason for the caution flag. 2 teammates towards the back of the field. One of them on the lead lap damage. One of them a lap down damage. Hernandez and Lawrence Palapon. 48 slides up thinking he was clear. 24 is up there. They make contact. Hard into the wall they go. And the yellow flag comes out. It's going to set up an interesting late race restart here at the Richmond Raceway. So the yellow flag out for hard contact between 2 teammates off of corner number 4. And they were really around no one. They were towards the back of the field, and no one was really behind them either. I'm surprised the yellow came out for that, but obviously the 48 sitting there on the racetrack, they probably had to throw the yellow. The 00 and 87 were coming through. So at this moment, Dale Lightning had just taken the race lead, and he's going to lead us back to the restart. It's going to come with under 15 laps to go. Who's going to get to victory lane and the target 400 at the Richmond Raceway? 13 lap to go restart here at the Richmond Raceway. Dale Lightning going to lead us to the green flag over Landon Lyons. The 200 Motorsports teammates of Anthony Hernandez and Lawrence Palapine have retired, which leaves us 31 cars on the lead lap. Points update, Pena our points leader is 14th. Steven Taylor second in points is 16th, so it's going to be a big battle in this restart, try to get ahead of one another. Dale Lightning leads on the restart as Landon Lyons in second, a hungry Levi Schoens with Carter Friesen and Jacob Davidson as our top 5. To the restart zone for Dale Lightning, and we're back racing with 13 laps to go. 5 yellows in this race, many different leaders. Can Lightning hold off Lyons? Can Lyons get around through 1 and 2? All right, to the bottom lane goes to 31, gets beside the 1. Now down the backstretch. 12 to go this time by. Side by side for the race lead. Landon Lyons gonna take it. How about Levi Schoens up to second in the 17 car? Carter Friesen there in 4th, just watching with Davidson back there in 5th as well. Now lines up the racetrack. Levi Schoens going to lead his first lap of the night as they come down the backstretch. He pulled away to a nice gap there, but he goes up the racetrack big time. Friesen going to close right into the 38 car. Big run for Carter Friesen, but Levi Schoens leads with 11 laps to go. Friesen has the inside lane with Dale Lightning coming through to 3rd. Davidson in 5th. So Carter Friesen, look at that close there, 3 wide for 3rd. As Lightning clears for 2nd, Friesen clears for the lead. They are 3 wide further back there. Schoens backs out to give Lyons the room. And Jacob Davidson on the bottom lane to 3rd. Now 10 to go. 7.5 miles left here at Richmond. It's getting intense at the front of the field. Carter Friesen, Dale Lightning 1-2. But now Jacob Davidson moves to the inside. He'll grab the 2nd spot away. He has a run onto the 30th car. Friesen for the lead. They go through 3 and 4. 2 Rush Runway teammates on the bottom lane. Ford right now is the top 3 spots with Carter Friesen, Jacob Davidson, and Levi Schoens. This is with 9 laps to go. Davidson clears for the lead. His teammate Levi Schoens clears for 2nd. And they're 3 wide further back there. Trip McGinnis putting his teammate Charles Robert in the middle for 3 wide. They go through 3 and 4. Schoens now to the bottom lane of Davidson for the lead. Side by side between teammates with 8 to go. It's always one of the best when you're battling your teammate for the race victory. Just feel a sense of accomplishment there that you both have the cars to win. But who is it going to be? Will it be Schoens? Will it be Lyons? Will it be Davidson? Will it be someone else that's a little bit further back? Schoens coming to the stripe has 7 laps left. But Landon Lyons there trying to run down Jacob Davidson there in the 9-9. He's been strong all night long. He's probably the best car tonight. Can he run his teammate back down? But look at Landon Lyons looking to the bottom lane. Schoens for the race lead to turn 3. He gets a nose. Davidson looks 3 wide. Oh, he backed off of that. 6 to go at Richmond. Landon Lyons led the stripe. Jacob Davidson now in the 9-9 to the bottom lane for the lead. Carter Friesen up to 3rd. Begins up the racetrack, falls back in the 19. Davidson can try clear through 3 and 4. Look at Carter Friesen down the bottom lane. Watch that 38 car. Getting a good run with 5 to go. Yellow flag would end it. Davidson, the 9-9 leads. Friesen in the 38, coming hard on the bottom lane. Look at Lightning, balanced Schoens. And how about Jake Jefferson? Won the last time out at Richmond in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's coming forward. Does he have a shot at the end? He's coming to 4 to go. And they have the lap car of Dalia Pez ahead. And Jefferson is with this front pack. 4 to go at Richmond. Side by side. Friesen gonna get by Jacob Davidson to grab the race lead. Landon Lyons through to 2nd. Dale Lightning to the bottom for 3rd. Friesen in the 38 car. To turn 3, slides up. Lyons there with them in the 31. 3 to go this time by. And they have caught Dalia Pez. Which lane prevails to turn 1? Friesen almost in the back of Pez. The 87 slides up high. Allows the front view to get by. Jacob Davidson trying to duck down from his teammate Schoens, but that slows them all up. That allows the front 3 to pull away. Carter Friesen pulling away to a nice gap as they battle for 2nd behind. 2 to go for Friesen. Can Carter Friesen close out performance that has been outstanding for him here tonight? He goes up the racetrack a little bit through 1 and 2. It allows Lyons and Lightning to close in, but the 1 has to put together 1.5 perfect laps to have a shot at Carter Friesen. And he's going to be there. Coming to the white flag, the 38 slid up. Last lap at Richmond, the target 400. Going to come down to Carter Friesen, Dale Lightning, and Landlines to turn 1. Friesen slides up a little bit. Lightning needs a perfect 3 and 4 has to have the 38 mess up to turn 3 for the foul time tonight. Who is it going to be? Friesen slides up. Lightning coming out of the bottom lane off of 4. It's going to be Carter Friesen to win at Richmond. Carter Friesen stays out front at the end and does not slide the racetrack too much. Lightning got there, but it was too late. And Carter Friesen wins the Target 400 at the Richmond Raceway. A great race. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Target 400 at the Richmond Raceway. 5 caution flags for 25 laps and 29 lead changes. 15 different drivers led laps in this race. Carter Friesen, the one who tied for the most laps led, 9 for him, gets him to victory lane after starting 5th. Dale Lightning led 7 laps in 2nd. Jacob Davison 8 laps led in 3rd. Landlines also tied for 9 laps led in 4th. And Jay Jefferson got front there at the end, but was too late. He ends up 5th. Levi Schoen's great to see him running competitively again. He ends up 6th. TJ Hanley, what he needed to turn his season around, in 7th. Pinislaw in 8th. Justin Lightning 9th. And Patrick Smith rounds our top 10. There is our top 20. As you see, Pinislaw 8th will extend the points lead just a little bit over Steven Taylor, who finished 12th. That's a swing of 4 positions. But Slaw did lead some laps. Steven Taylor did not. You see, Luke Rainey led 8 laps, down in 15th. Josh Crouch from the pole, 16th, led 2 laps. Jeff Bright led 2 laps. Look down here, 30 cars on the lead lap at the end. 32 were running. The A7 and the 00 fell lap down. The rest on down involved in crashes. 2 teammates wrecked together, Rivera and Code Luigi. Griffin Lynn all wrecked together. Tim Gary wrecked on his own, and the rest down here involved in the first big crash early on. We'll now go ahead and see the point standings. 13 races into the season. Here are the point standings. Pinislaw doing a great job in the 77 to keep it out front by 38 points over Steven Taylor, who retains his 2nd position. Patrick Smith in 3rd. Jacob Davison has had a great season thus far for his rookie season. He's right now 4th, and Justin Lightning rounds our top 5. But the front 4 really separate themselves. Davidson is 107 points ahead of Justin Lightning. That's the distance between 4th and 5th. They have Trip McGinnis in 6th, Sebastian Kukula in 7th, Josh Crash back up to 8th, Ryan Taylor and Luke Rainey round our final top 10 spots. So there's our top 20. Our only wild card that would be in with the win is Max Ayrton with his 2 victories. Right now 12th in points, and Keegan Thompson, the most points of anyone outside the top 10, would be the other wild card. That's still a lot up for grabs, though. Someone could win a race and get up there. Lawrence Poundpond, Cole Luigi, Joe Jefferson. Someone down here, Eli Bright, Nathan Stapleton, they could win. And then down here we have some winners. Carter Friesen, 23rd with that win, moves up to 23rd in the points, closer to a top 20. Steve Larker, 25th with the win. Alexander 34th with his win. As we look down here, some drivers that had some good days that moved up a little bit further up in the points. TJ Hanley, 27th now in the points. Jay Jefferson up to 31st after his top 5. Down here looking for Jeff Bright in the 5, who had a decent day. Levi Schoen's had a great day. He's up into the top 40. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Jake Galloway are just having miserable seasons thus far. So after Richmond, we now go to Charlotte, the Pepsi 600. I'll see you guys then.